Hey guys, so this week I'm going to be doing week 7 and 8 pregnancy vlog. I completely missed last week. I thought I had filmed it, but apparently I had only filmed a portion of it. I hadn't filmed it completely, and then when I was going through my computer to edit it, I realized it wasn't done. So I'm just going to do week 7 and 8 this week and kind of just combine both into one. I'm not sure I mentioned my weight in my last video, but for my week 6 appointment, the nurse did weigh me and I was 118 pounds, which is a little bit less than I was with Aria. When I started the pregnancy with Aria, I was 122 pounds. And this time I'm 118, but then for my week 7 appointment, which I had a week later with my actual doctor once the pregnancy was confirmed and everything was fine, I was 114 pounds. So I lost about 4 pounds. I'm not too concerned about it. I am not really quite sure why I lost the weight because I've been eating completely normal. I haven't been vomiting or anything like that, so I'm not sure why I lost the weight, but it's just 4 pounds. I'm sure by my next appointment I will start gaining weight, so I'm not really too concerned about it. And I did write things down this time because I always forget something and then I'm like, ugh, I have to write things down next time. So my legs are still falling asleep whenever I lay down. It's the weirdest thing, but it's just, I guess, a symptom I have every single pregnancy, because with Aria, that's the first thing I notice. My legs would just fall asleep and go numb, and it kind of is a little painful because you don't just lose feeling. It's like tingling and a little painful everywhere, and it's just not a good feeling, but that's already starting, and I'm definitely having some back pain. I'm not sure if it's from carrying Aria all the time or from this pregnancy, but I am. Just by the end of the day, I'm dying to get into bed because my lower back is killing me, and it's just frustrating because you can't take anything for the pain, but that's something that has been bothering me a lot, and it probably started week 7 and it has not stopped. So it's basically every day, and I am trying to get things done around the house and stuff, so it might be that too. It might not be related to the pregnancy, but it's definitely annoying. I'm also not really feeling any nausea this week. I think week 6 I had a little bit, just not really needing to actually vomit, but just certain scents or certain food smells would just not make me happy at all. But I wouldn't get to a point that I have to run to the bathroom or anything like that. So this week, none of that whatsoever. I have been craving a lot of cereal, which was exactly the same thing with Aria, which kind of, they do have this, I guess, this theory that if you crave sweets, it's a boy or girl, and if you crave salty, it's a boy or girl. I don't know which gender it is, but I did crave cereal with Rice Krispies cereal with milk and sugar, tons and tons of sugar, with Aria as well. So I don't know, this week I'm kind of feeling like it could be another girl. Mentally preparing my husband because he's, again, 100% assured that it's gonna be a boy, and I just really don't want him to get too disappointed. So I'm trying to push that I think it's kind of a girl now, because I'm kind of craving the same things as well. We had another ultrasound. We actually went to this appointment and it was with the doctor. Again, another boring appointment. He didn't really measure anything. He just asked a couple questions. It was a little more exciting because I got him to give me a confirmed date, which was July 6th of next year. And I think he said the C-section would probably be scheduled for June 30th. And I just got a little more, I guess, questions asked to the doctor than the last appointment, but again, it was nothing, or he didn't see my belly, he didn't do anything until my husband kind of asked if he can hear the heartbeat, and the doctor said, yeah, maybe next appointment, you know, it's too early. And at the end of the appointment, I guess he realized that we kind of wanted something more out of the appointment, so he took us next door to the ultrasound machine, which was the new ultrasound machine that nobody wanted to touch, and we got to see the baby again. It was so much bigger, and it was just insane how fast the baby's growing, and we heard the heartbeat again, and it was 156, which is crazy because last week or the week before it was 123. So that's a huge difference, especially because Aria's heartbeat was 154, and they say that under 140 is a boy and over 140 is a girl, and this time was even faster than Aria's. So I mean, that kind of scared my husband and kind of pushed me to believe even more that it might be a girl, but I guess we'll wait. I'm also gonna do the cabbage test again. That was just something fun to do. It's kind of like the boy girl, the Intelligender, just that it's much cheaper because all you have to do is purchase a cabbage that is probably $1.99 versus the Intelligender at Walgreens that is, I don't know how much it is. It's like $40 or something like that. So we will be doing that, and probably in about 2 weeks. I have been obsessed with breakfast, which is strange because when I'm not pregnant, I kind of skip breakfast just because I get to work kind of late and then I just start focusing on work. I might have a coffee, if not I just have water, and then it's already lunchtime, so I just end up having lunch and just skipping breakfast overall. But now with this pregnancy, I have been needing breakfast to the point that I might be late to work and still have to stop somewhere and pick up breakfast. It's probably not the best breakfast. It's usually Burger King or McDonald's or something like that, but I have to have breakfast. It's extremely strange. That's not something that I normally do. I usually, probably since high school, have just been skipping breakfast, which I know is bad. Breakfast is the best and most important meal of the day. You're supposed to have breakfast as a king and lunch as a queen and dinner as a servant. That's kind of something that my best friend's mom taught me. She's a personal trainer, and she said you should have a huge breakfast and then a medium-sized lunch and then a very tiny dinner, just because then you go right to sleep and you don't really get to burn up all that. So I know breakfast is really important. It's just never been important to me, and I usually skip it. So that's a huge craving. I've had breakfast food during breakfast time. It's very, very strange. Usually pancakes or hash browns, so delicious. And those, I probably Instagram a couple pictures, those, what do they call it? Biscuit sandwiches. I have had a lot of boob soreness, which I did not have my first pregnancy, but I don't know if I can kind of say that this is because of the pregnancy. I have had a lot of breastfeeding issues lately. I'm gonna make a separate video just on that, but a couple of you know that if you follow me on Instagram, you know that Arya got sick on, well, she's been sick, and we thought it was teething because she had a fever and she just was very cranky. She was not herself whatsoever. And on Thanksgiving, we ended up going to the hospital because we were just worried about what it could be. And it ended up being an infection in her mouth. And the doctor was telling me that I have to stop nursing because we're going to just keep passing it on. That she probably gave me the infection and I'm giving it back to her, and it's going to be like a never-ending story. And I hadn't really noticed, but I have had some kind of peeling around my nipple area, and I kind of just thought it was because she was biting now that my skin was just irritated. But it could be that I now have the infection as well, and I've decided to kind of just start weaning her off. We've had a couple of days where I've only nursed her once for a very short time just because she's needed it so badly. And last night I did not nurse her whatsoever, and this morning I did not nurse her at all. So we are getting to a point where she is adapting to not having my boob, and I'm kind of feeling a lot better and not as sore. But now I'm kind of dealing with the fact that I'm getting a little engorged, and I don't want to pump just because I don't want my body to think that I need to continue producing milk. I think I am going to get to the point where I have to pump a little bit and just wait just so I get some of the milk out. But so far I have been a little bit sore and it's getting better. I don't think it's because of the pregnancy, or although it could be just a combination of everything that's happening with Arya and the breastfeeding and with the fact that I'm pregnant. It's just creating a lot of pain for me. And even I really wanted to get to 12 months, but I feel like I'm days away, seriously, from her 12th month. So I'm glad that I was able to breastfeed for this long, but I do need a little break in between the next baby, and it's not healthy for us to continue breastfeeding. She's has this really terrible infection in her mouth. It's just, she has soreness and like little sores all over, and she's kind of giving it to me, I'm giving it back to her, and it's just a bad situation overall. So I don't know again, if the pregnancy is making my boobs a little, making this whole situation worse, or it's just the whole infection and the biting. That's just something that has been happening this week. The thing is that my ovarian cyst is hurting a lot. Every time that I cough, or if I'm just laying down or laughing, it's hurting a lot. I did ask my doctor about that, and he said that it was fine, that that's something normal and that I should be feeling it for some time. But I just think it's really weird because I feel it a lot more now than I did when I wasn't pregnant. So it's kind of just uncomfortable. It's not, I wouldn't say pain, but it's just uncomfortable that every time I cough, I have that pain to my right side. It's in my right ovary. So I usually just kind of try to hold it when I cough, which is terrible. I am kind of breaking out all over the place, and it's not fun. I've never had skin like I'm having right now. It's just not good. I don't remember the last time where I had just a good face day where I had nothing really on my face. You can't really see it. It's not like I have huge pimples, but it's just on this area. I have a lot of redness, especially just my cheeks, just a lot of redness, and just I'm not having good skin lately, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with pregnancy. And that's about it. So I'm just gonna show you a quick belly shot and see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Okay guys, so here is my belly from the front and from the side. No one at work can really tell yet, but I definitely feeling a little bump, and it's not too big, but I definitely feel it growing. And I feel it a lot harder than it was last week. Last week I just had a little bump, but it wasn't a big deal. Now I kind of just feel it getting a little hard. So there you go.